the value of the asset after a year is not exactly the same as you bought it. So the more you keep on using the asset, in this case, the more you keep on using the car, the value keeps on going down. So what we are saying is that anytime we talk about depreciation, we are talking about a situation whereby the value of an asset has basically gone down. So depreciation says that the value of the asset is not exactly the same as how we knew it to be. So anytime we see depreciation, the first thing to come into our mind is that the value of the asset has basically gone down. The value of the asset has basically gone down. So in this context, we should understand depreciation from that angle. All right. So in depreciation, we talk about wear and tear of the asset. It means that the value of the asset has gone down. The value has gone down. So whether as a result of usage or an accident, or possibly and probably as a result of passage of time. Because when we look at some of the models of the car, I came to meet Pajero. I remember in those days, if you're using Pajero, then you are the boss now. Pajero. Pajero. It was one of the top notch. But today, let's ask ourselves, is Pajero still Pajero that we know? The answer might be different thing altogether. So what we are trying to say is that under depreciation, we are saying that the value of the asset is not necessarily the same thing as a result of other circumstances such as usage or passage of time, or because of, let me say, constant usage of it, or an accident. That is the reason why in accountancy, we look at a very important subject that is called depreciation. So anytime we hear about depreciation, like we said, we have to avert our mind on the fact that there is an asset, and this asset has lost its value. In accounting, we say that once you are using the asset, the value can never be the same forever. So every year, let us charge what is called depreciation. The reason for the charging of the depreciation is that you want to know the part of the asset that you have used, the part of the asset that you have used. So let us assume that this year you have bought a car that you have been using to transport the items that you are selling. And then this is the car that you have been using for your business for some time now. Now, this car is what you use to transport the goods into your shop. So if this car, basically, its tire was flat the last time, and then you went for money from the shop, and then you use it to replace the tie. The basic concept is that the car is what you have been using to run your business. So because that is what you have been using to run your business, you can't say that you are not going to subtract the expenditure or the amount that you have spent on the tie. The amount you have spent on buying the tie, you're not going to subtract it from the revenues that you have gotten. Because the car, you use the car to run the business. So if the car has cost you some additional cost, then in business sense, you are supposed to subtract it from the business revenue. And that is the reason for knowing depreciation, because depreciation is an expenditure. When we get to know depreciation and how it is being charged, it will help us to charge expenditures. And then when we are able to charge expenditures, we will also be able to charge what is called revenue for the year, or the profits. Now, that is, let me say, some of the reasons, or those things are some of the reasons why we charge depreciation. Now, from our previous discussion, we look at some of the terminologies that we are likely to encounter. I'm just going over because I know that some of you were one way or the other out of jurisdiction. That's why I'm trying to do recap so that we all appreciate today's discussion. We also look at some of the terminologies. We took our time to look at some of the terminologies of depreciation. We spoke about the cost of the asset. Every asset, remember, when we talk about the asset, we are talking about, let me say, in normal terms, the property or the car that we have, or the building we are using to run the business, or anything that we have in the business that we are using to run the business. And then the purpose is that we are using it to run the business. We are not selling it frequently like that. It means that it is something we are using to run the business for more than 1 year, or more than one accounting or economic year. So we are saying that anything that we are using to run the business basically has its value. It comes with a value. So when you talk about an asset, asset has a value. It comes with a cost. So the cost of the asset is very, very important. How much did you buy it? We look at what basically goes into the cost of an asset. We say that the cost of the asset is the value at which the asset was purchased or it was manufactured. We place emphasis on this, and we place emphasis also on this. How the asset was being purchased, it means that we are talking about trading enterprise. Or how the asset was being manufactured, it means that we are talking about manufacturing enterprise or manufacturing industry. Now, aside the price at which it was being purchased or manufactured, another important term that we took our time, in fact, that was what even took most of our time in the previous discussion. And that is the fact that any other incidental and accidental costs that are direct and relevant to the bringing of the asset to its current usable position, those ones must be also added to the cost, or must be added to the purchase price or the manufactured cost, so to achieve what is called the cost of the asset. We took our time to look at it in our previous discussion. Then we said that when we put all of them together, it will give us what's called the cost of the asset. So in simple terms, we gave some of the examples of the accidental and the incidental costs that are direct and relevant to the bringing of the asset to its current usable position. We said that some of these are the transport, the installation, the carriage inward, whatsoever, the fixing, whatsoever, the testing, all of them, right? All of them are direct and relevant costs associated to the bringing of the asset to its current usable position. So all of them must be added to the purchase price or the manufactured cost, so to arrive at what is called the cost of the assets. So we did some little calculations here that assuming we have gone to buy an asset, right? And then we have carriage, someone is carrying it. Then we bought Ghana Must Go, we put it in Ghana Must Go. Transportation is this amount. And then we visit a friend in the course of buying it. We realize that the visit a friend is not direct and relevant cost to the bringing of the asset to its current position. So that's why we took it out. So we look at the computation. Original price of the asset is 10,000 Ghana cedis. Carriage is 10. Ghana Must Go. We bought Ghana Must Go and we put the asset in it. It is direct and relevant to the bringing of the asset to its current and usable position. So Ghana Must Go, we put it in it. Transportation, if we had not picked a car, we wouldn't have been able to bring it to its current and usable position. So transportation, we add it. When we put all of them together, we get what is called total cost. The easiest question that the examiner can ever give is to give the total cost of the asset only. And I'm presuming that that should be the case. But if the examiner doesn't give the total cost to be this amount, however, gives other incidental and accidental direct and user and relevant costs that are usable in the bringing of the asset to its current position, then make sure to put all of them together to the price of the asset. So when you're going through the question, you see price of the asset, open your ears and open your eyes. The manufactured cost, open your eyes and open your ears. Possibly you might see other things that are directly attributable to the bringing of the asset to its current position. That is the cost of the asset. The next important term that we also understood or we averted our mind on was the residual value or the scrap value. When we talk about the residual value or the scrap value, what does it mean? The residual value or the scrap value is talking about the minimum value of the asset below which we can no longer use the asset. The asset, when we bought, let's assume that we bought a pickup for the running of our business. And possibly by the convention of our company, we are saying that we are not going to stop using the pickup until we have changed the first front tire, the driver's side. Then the next one, the other side opposite to the driver's side or adjacent to the driver's side. Then we change the back driver's side, then the back, the other side. Per the policy of our business, we can make it to be so that at the moment we finish changing all the 4 tires under the pickup, we are no longer going to use it. That is the policy of our company. Per different companies' policy, they can also say that we are not going to stop using the asset until we change the engine. So once the engine develops fault, and then the car is being sent to fitting shop, then it means that the car is on its way leaving the company. That becomes the residual value. The residual value is that at the moment we change the 4 tires, we are no longer going to use it. It is the residual value. The residual value in the other example is that once we change the engine, we are no longer going to use the car again. That is the residual value. Someone also can put it in cash form by saying that after 2 years, based on the estimate that experts have given me, they have told me that every year my car loses a value of 10,000 Ghana cedis. So After 5 years, my car is going to lose a value of 50,000. In that context, at the moment my car loses a value of 50,000 Ghana cedis, I won't wait for it to be kojo, like destroy absolutely. I will sell it out. So the minimum value of the asset below which you can no longer use it is what is called the scrap value. The scrap, when we were kids, we used to go for scraps and then we sell it to these Abuchi people. Scrap or the residual value, the residual value. So in other words, it is the value at which we shall either discard or sell the asset. It is the value at which we will sell the asset. It means that we no longer want to retain the asset. So residual value is the estimated amount the asset can be sold at the end of its useful life. So anytime you want to know the residual amount in the question, read through the question. If the question says that the residual value is this, then you are good to go. That one, the examiner has dashed you the marks. If the question says that the scrap value is 5,000, that one too, the examiner has dashed you the marks. However, this is what the examiner mostly put the question to be. The examiner will say that at the end of the 5th year, the company would like to sell the car or the vehicle at a price of 5,000. You see that we are saying that the scrap value is the amount that the company will sell the asset at the end of its useful year. At the end of its useful year. So in that context, once we see that phrase or that statement, it is supposed to prompt us that that is our scrap value or our residual value. Because at the end of the 4 years or the 5 years or the 10 years of usage, the company is willing to sell the asset at this amount, to discard, to throw away, to just let the asset go at this amount. That is the scrap value. Now we have understood the cost of the asset is the cost at which the asset was being purchased or manufactured, provided there is no direct and other relevant incidental and accidental costs associated with it. But if there are other relevant and then direct incidental and accidental costs associated with it, such as when you bought the asset, you bought the decoder, you came to fix it, installation, all of them, you add it to the cost of the asset. If there is none, then the cost of the asset, what I want you to know is that the cost of the asset is what I've explained to you. And then the residual is the value at which we will sell the asset. The next important keyword that we also discussed under our last meeting was the useful life of the asset. When we talk about the useful life of the asset, we are talking about the period over which the asset is expected to be used. Anytime we buy something, especially as business people as we are, there is some kind of expectation. In economics, we call it utility. There's some kind of expectation or satisfaction that we are waiting to get from it. So what we are trying to say is that when we buy an asset as a company, we have some number of years in our mind that we so wish to use the asset for. This number of years in our mind is what is called a useful life. Each and every one of us, basically in our normal lives, also have plans. By the next 2 years, I want to gain one promotion, additional promotion to my title. The next 3 years, I want to give birth. The next 4 years, I want to stop giving birth. I want to go to school again. The next 5 years, I want to start building. my own house. The next 6 years, I have to start opening my own company. That is the plan for yourself. In company or in business terms or in accounting ways, when we buy an asset, we have the number of years we are going to use the asset for. Not just any years like that, but the years we think it is useful. When we use the asset, it will be useful unto us. Beyond these years, in accounting ways, when we use the asset, it is not going to be useful. We are no longer going to need it. It is going to be obsolete. It is going to be irrelevant. It will be quantity of no quality. So we just give ourselves some number of years that we expect to use the asset. Now, after that particular years, it means that we are going to throw the asset away. Not necessarily going to put it on baller or going to dump it somewhere. But as business people as we are, we will sell it. We will discard the asset. Now, the useful life is talking about the years we use the asset, of which it will be useful unto us. We can use it more than the useful life, but the issue is beyond the useful life, that we as business, we are not going to get benefits because it's either the car or the particular asset we are using is going to develop fault, of which we are going to spend additional income on repairing it. And that is absolutely wrong. So that is the useful life, the period over which the asset is expected to be used, especially the number of years that the asset will be in active use. That is the useful life of the asset. I took my time to explain this because this is what we are going to use in our discussion. Now, so far, let me take your questions and then we proceed from there. You may ask your question if there is any question for. Hello, please, am I audible?
Yes, please.
Please, is there any question for me or it is okay?
Oh, it's okay for me.
Okay. Who else, please? Okay. All right. Okay. In the absence of any question, I presume my students are sharks. They understand it very well. All right. So now we can proceed. Once we have understood the basic terminologies and what depreciation also stands to purport as the wear and tear of an asset, and then in basic terms, we say that the value of an asset is being reduced. We said that in accounting, the year in accounting is very, 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 very important. Year in accounting. It is very, 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 very important. So anytime we are solving accounting question, we have to check the year that the question is talking about. Now, once we have been able to establish this basic three terminologies that we are going to use, let us proceed to the next important issues. Then we solve some basic questions. Now, when you Depreciation could be discussed, or let me say, could be calculated by using several methods. But for the purpose of our discussion, we are only going to look at only one of them. We are going to look at only one. So methods of calculating depreciation. Methods of calculating depreciation. Now, basically we have what is called straight line method. That's the easiest one. Straight line method. Don't worry, we'll talk about what each one of them stands to purport. But we will avert our mind on what the syllabus says. Reducing balance method, we just need to see it. We have the sum of the years the gates, sum of the years, sum of the years the gates method. We can go for the rest, but basically these are the basic ones. Now, according to our syllabus, our focus is on the straight line method. I hope we remember that. Can someone confirm for me? That is the only thing we look at, right? Hello, can someone confirm for me?
Yes, sir.
Great. So when we talk about the straight line, which is the first one, that is the only one we are going to look at according to our course outline. So that's the only one we are basically going to avert our mind on. So the straight line method, what does it say? Let us write something before. Or let me first use normal terms to talk about it. Now, when you look at straight line, it is straight, right? All right. Fortunately enough, please forgive me. Don't tell my pastor, I beg, for academic purpose. Like what Madam Jacqueline said, confidentiality. Please, it is still decent. I'm teaching. Forgive me. It is still decent. When I look at all the women that we have here, that we are having this discussion, I know you because you are friends, we are sisters, we are brothers, and then whatsoever. When I look at you, when you are standing there straight, you have what is called buttocks, right? You are not straight. Unlike some of us. Even some of the men even have buttocks, but for me, I don't have buttocks. So when you compare myself to you guys, I'm not straight. I am straight, like I'm straight than you because you are kef. The front is kef, the back is kef. You're not straight. To understand that there are some women, even their back is weighing them. But me, I'm straight. I can bow down and then cut my nails. I can do what any skill you want me to do. I can even roll back. I'm straight. So when you talk about straight line, we are talking about a situation whereby the value is the same over all the years. When you look at a man, his chest is flat together. You can't say that the chest is having some ramps or bumping there. That is a woman. That is not straight. When you check the back, once you see that the Coca-Cola and everything is up, That is not straight. That is a woman. There is a difference between a man and a woman. That is what I'm trying to avert your mind on. See the straight line to be a man and see the reducing balance method to be something else, because we are not learning it. I don't want to bring it into the context. But once we are saying the straight line is a man, it means that the value that you get is the same value we are getting. So we are working in a business, we are saying that we don't want troubles. It normally happens to people who are doing high complex work, or let me say provision store, of which their income is not like, let me say, it's not something fixed like salary. Those people, when they are paying their tithe, that's why I'm averting your mind on. When they are paying their tithe, they are not able to determine to know that, oh, at the end of the day, I got this amount, so I'm supposed to pay this, because their revenue is each and every day. It comes and go, it comes and go. They go and pick some, they come and stock the shop. Then when it gets finished, they go and buy another one, come and stock the shop. So it is like that, back and forth. So sometimes it becomes very difficult for them to assess their tithes. So some of them just sit down and say, okay, well, barely, my work, maximum income profit is 10,000. So every month, I'll be giving out tithe of 1,000 Ghana cedis. Though there could be a month that their profit will fall down, and there could be a month that their profit might go up a little bit. But they have told themselves that it is very difficult for me to do the calculation. So every month, my tithe, I'm going to fix it at 1,000 Ghana cedis, because that is where I think it is fair. Because my maximum profit is 1,000 Ghana cedis, is 10,000 Ghana cedis. So my tithe, I'm going to fix it at 1,000 Ghana cedis. So that means that every month the person is giving out 1,000 Ghana cedis. That is what is called straight line method. There are some people whose tithe for last month or for 1 month differs from another month's own, another month's own. In that context, then we say that it is not a straight line method. It could reduce or it could go up. So straight line method, we are saying that the value is always the same. The value, the depreciation value you got for year 1 is the same depreciation value for year 2. It's the same depreciation value for year 3. So when we are doing it, I will teach you something. It's so easy. Depreciation method, straight line method is the easiest among all of them. So when you talk about the straight line method, we are saying that the straight line method of depreciation is also a method of allocating the cost of a fixed asset evenly over its useful life. So it is all about the allocation of the cost and assets. The word is evenly. The word is evenly over its useful life. Evenly over its useful life. So we are spreading the cost of the asset evenly. If the cost of the asset is 6,000, and then the year that we are going to use it is 6 years, it's 6,000 over 6 years. So it means that every year we are going to charge the depreciation of 1,000. If the cost of the asset is 100 and we are going to use it for 5 years, 100 divided by 5 years, it is all about the allocation of the cost. Now remember, I'm no longer going to talk about the cost because I took my time to explain the terminologies. The allocation of the cost of an asset evenly. In mathematics, when you say sharing something evenly or allocation of something, it means that you are sharing it or spreading it over. Allocation of the cost of an asset evenly over. It means that it is like you're talking about division. You're talking about division, cost over useful life. So if the cost is 100 and we are using it for 5 years, then it is 100 over 5 years. And that one will give us 20 Ghana cedis. So it means that year 1 depreciation is 20. Year 2 depreciation another 20. Year 3 depreciation another 20. Year 4 depreciation another 20. Year 5 depreciation another 20. I want you to understand that one. Later on, we will talk about what is called accumulated depreciation. But right now, we are talking about depreciation. Depreciation. Now, it means that when we look at this method, an equal amount of depreciation is charged each year. So if your answer, if you are not getting equal amount being charged each year throughout the estimated useful life of the asset. Throughout the estimated useful life of the asset, we are charging it evenly. So in that context, we can get our general formula for depreciation. Remember what we learned the last time. When we reach the scrap value, we said that when we check depreciation, okay, let me state the formula, then we move away from there. Let me go to my formula box. Okay. Can put something like depreciation equal to, put this one there. Depreciation is equal to cost of the assets. I prefer using the total cost of the asset because we don't know what the examiner will do. Total cost, the assets, minus the residual value. Remember that the residual value is also the scrap. So let me bring it here. The residual or the scrap value. Remember this. It's also known as the scrap value over the useful life of the asset. And remember, the useful life of the asset is the number of years we are going to use the asset. The number of years we are going to use the asset. So you can conclude that the formula for depreciation is this. That is a formula for depreciation. We should remember, we have said that depreciation, we have discussed what total cost of the asset, what it means, and what the residual or the scrap value. Remember what I was just discussing? On the straight line, I said that it is the cost. When you are checking it, it is more or less like the cost of the asset over the useful life. It is all about the allocation of the cost of an asset evenly over its useful life. So the cost over the useful life. But remember, why did we bring the residual value or the scrap value? Because we are saying that there is a value below which we cannot go. So the value below which we cannot go, let us subtract it from it. Because if the value of the asset is equal to is if the value, sorry, if the cost of the asset is equal to Ghana 2,000. And then the residual, it means that this is the amount that we cannot sell. The residual below which we cannot sell, the residual of the scrap value is equal to 5,000. It's equal to 500. And then the useful life is 10 years. You cannot just wake up. So this is a typical example that we are coming to solve. We will use the formula. But let me first debunk something. The reason why we brought minus here, because I think a lot of people might be asking the same question. I explained it last week, but I know that some of you were not here. That's why I just want to use this question to say something small about it. Now, remember what we said about the residual value. We said that that is the value below which we will not use the asset. We will not use the asset below which. So it means that at that amount, remember we said that at that amount we are going to sell the asset. This is in other words, it is the value at which we shall either discard or sell the asset. So at the residual value, we are no longer using it. We are selling it or we are discarding it. So we can't let the residual value be there. We have to take it out of the cost of the assets. Because when you look at the question, when you look at it, when we take the residual value out, it means that the value, the net amount is going to be 1,500 Ghana cedis. What is the implication of the 1,500 Ghana cedis? The implication is that we are going to use the asset actively, this amount, 1,500, actively. Because the 500 Ghana cedis, we are saying that once we reach 500 Ghana cedis, stop. 500 Ghana cedis is full stop. At the moment you reach 500 Ghana cedis, stop and sell. Don't say, oh, we are bringing to 499. No. 498. No. 450. No. The policy of the company is that it is an offense to still use the asset when it reaches 500 Ghana cedis. So at the moment it reaches 500 Ghana cedis, stop. So it means that this 500 Ghana cedis, we are not using it. If we are not using 500 Ghana cedis out of the 2,000 Ghana cedis, then it means we are only using 1,500. Are you getting the context? We are only using 1,500. What is depreciation? Let's go back. Depreciation is reduction in the value of tangible non-current assets as a result of usage. As a result of usage. So if we are not using it, the scrap value, we are not using it, why should we charge depreciation? Don't forget the definition. The reduction in the value of a tangible non-current asset as a result of usage. As a result of usage. Now let me ask you a question. When we come to the scrap value, this one, are we using it? The answer is no. Because we are saying that at the moment we reach the scrap value, stop. Sell it. So we are not using the 500 Ghana cedis. So we cannot use the whole of 2,000 Ghana cedis to calculate our depreciation because there is a portion in it that we are not using, which is called the scrap value. Meanwhile, depreciation says that a reduction as a result of usage. But the scrap value, we are not using it. So let's take the scrap value out. That is why we got minus here. That is why we got the minus there. Then the total cost, we have already explained it, the useful life. So the minus scrap value, I don't think now it is a problem. Are we good to go? I presume so. Now let me change the color here because that below, the color belongs to this color belongs to the total cost. So let me use this color for the total cost. Let me change this. So this is the total cost. The residual value is green. Please punch it and tell me the answer. So I have indicated all of them. You're just going to put it in the formula, just like that. So as usual, I'll go to questions. Type my depreciation. Yes, yeah.
I had 150.
You had 150, right?
Yeah.
That's great. So how did you do it? Lead us through. Depreciation is equal to?
So the total cost of the asset,
Okay.
1,000.
It's what, 2,000?
Less the scrap value, 500.
Okay. 500, yes. Divided by?
10 years, the useful life.
10 years, that's the useful life. That's perfect. So what did we get for the depreciation?
So 2,000 minus 500 divided by 10. Please, am I correct?
Yes, you are correct. So I'm just listening to you for you to conclude for me.
So I had 150 as the
finance, right?
Value.
I had
Okay.
same.
You had the same thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 150. Don't just say 150. It is 150 Ghana cedis. The currency you add it to it. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Hello, are you getting it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Remember that per year. Are you getting it?
Because of the 10 years.
Okay.
Because it is over 10. Are you getting a contest?
Yes.
Great.
Please, can you have an instance where do not give you the useful life?
The useful life?
Yeah.
No, I have never seen something like that. Because depreciation, if there is, well, okay. No, the scrap value is the one that they can say that. But the depreciation, if they have not given you useful life, then we are not charging depreciation. Because depreciation, we are supposed to use it for some years. So it's either they tell you that depreciation amount is 1,000 Ghana cedis. If they want you to calculate for the depreciation, they have to give you useful life. It's a scrap value that sometimes they will not give you. But in a standard exams question, they have to give you the scrap value. But the useful life, there can be. Because in fact, the useful life is what is helping us to know depreciation. Are we getting a context? We are saying that depreciation, we are getting depreciation as a result of usage. So if we don't know the number of years we are going to use it, then the depreciation, the meaning of depreciation and the question do not tally. Are we getting a context? Council, are you there?
Yes, noted.
That's great. Okay, so that is the final answer, 150 Ghana cedis per year. Now, let me look at it to see whether we can be able to. If I give you a question, can you do it? Okay, I'm going to give you questions. And then I'm presuming that, in fact, each person is going to get his or her, like her own question. How many are we now?
Are you referring to those of us on the call?
Yes, dear.
We have 5.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give you some questions. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So let us take this number. Madam Gladys will do question number 1. Madam Jackie will do question number 2. Madam Lizzie will do question number 3. Then Madam Angie will do question, please keep your number. Madam Angie will do question number, which one, please? Madam Angie, the next one, like, where have I reached? Is it number 4?
Yeah, number 4.
Yes, please. Madam Angie will do number 4. Then we begin again. So each person is solving 2 questions. Then we say that, yes, now we are done with depreciation. Each person solving 2 questions. So I'm giving you.
Unfortunately, I went off, so I didn't hear. I realized you are assigning questions, but I didn't hear
Yes, my
my
dear.
part.
Yes, my dear. Who is talking respectfully?
Angela.
Okay, Madam Angie. Okay. Madam Angie, this is what we are going to do. We are going to do some small exercise, which is called try questions, right? And we are going to allocate, we are going to share them among us. So, okay. We said that who will be taking question number 1? Please, who is taking question number 1?
It's for Gladys.
Madam Gladys, are you there? Madam Gladys. Me and Madam Gladys, we will fight, pen. We will fight. Okay, anyway. So, once question 1 is not there, let's put asterisk on it. Question 2, who will be taking question number 2?
It's me. Let me give it a shot.
Yes. Question 2, that's your question projected. Question 3, your question is projected. Then Madam Angela will be taking question number 4, right? So question number 4 is projected. We have maximum of 5 minutes to finish it. Maximum of 5 minutes to finish it. Maximum 5 minutes. Madam Angie, now do you understand what we are doing?
Yes, I do.
Thank you so much.
Please, I'm done with mine.
I'm waiting. If I'm supposed to buy something from you, but I'll use.
That's great. So your question number
3.
3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through together. You are the one who is going to explain.
So you said depreciation.
Yes. Yes, I'll come back to you. I would like you to take us through how you did it. Each one of us is going to lead us through. So you are the first person who finished. So you are going to be number 1 to explain.
So
Okay, who else is done?
I'm done too.
Who is done, respectfully?
Angela.
Madam Angela is done. Madam Gladys, are you back? Madam Gladys. Okay. Okay, so Madam Angie is number 2 to explain. Madam Angie, I think you are number 4, right? Question number 4.
Yes.
So you explain as the second person. Madam Jack, are you done?
Yes, please, I'm done.
That's great. So now let's watch the screen whilst Madam Ifua or Lenovo leads us through. So the suggested answers. Suggested
please,
answer.
I'm doing number 2. I'm doing number 3, not number 2.
Oh, that's great. Please permit me to bolding it. This is 20.
Hey,
20.
hey, I don't want to see you.
And now
If you don't lie down,
let's put it here.
get up,
All right. So question number
get up, and then go.
3. Let's go. Yes, Council, you are the one leading us through.
You said the formula for depreciation was the total value of the assets
Okay.
minus
Total cost.
value, or total cost of the assets.
Total cost of the assets minus.
Residual value.
Okay. Residual value. Yes, dear.
Hey, is it okay? Over divided over the useful life.
Yes. Useful life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my total cost of the asset was 24,000, as was given
Okay.
in the
Total cost
was 24,000.
Okay, 24,000. That's great.
My residual value was 3,000
Your residual
3,000
value was 3,000.
Ghana cedis.
Okay. 3,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes. And my
Useful
life was 6.
or 6. Total answer will give
Yes,
us
6 years. So I got 3,500 per annum or per year.
you got Ghana
3,500 Ghana cedis.
3,500 Ghana
500.
cedis per year, right?
Yes.
The rest, please, do you have anything to say about this?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Then the next person. So let's confirm. Okay, 2,400. A company purchase office furniture. Company purchase office furniture for 2,400. Furniture will last for 6 years and its residual value is 3,000. Okay. Find the annual depreciation using the straight line method. That's great. So let's copy this. The next person is question number 4, right?
Yes.
Okay, so question number 4. So suggested solution will be done very soon. Once we are done solving the question. Okay, question number 4. Kindly lead us through.
Okay, so Alex, please can you project the question for me?
You said I should project it for you. The question.
Yeah, you're showing number 5 instead of number 4.
So sorry.
Okay, that's fine. So the total cost of equipment was 36,000, and the useful life is 8, and the residual value was 4,000. So the formula is for the depreciation to calculate the annual depreciation is the total cost of assets minus the residual value
Okay.
divided by the useful life. So using the figures, it's 36,000 minus the 4,000.
Okay.
Which gives you 2,000, and then you divide it by 8, and then you get
36,000
minus 4,000
minus 4,000
divided by 8.
minus 4,000
Divided by 8.
Divided by 8. That's great. Divided by 8. And the total answer is?
It's 4,000 Ghana cedis per year.
You said?
4,000 Ghana cedis per year.
That's great. Please, do we have something to say about this, or we are good to go?
We are good.
Great. The next person.
It's me, question 2.
Okay. Yes, question number 2.
Please, can we go to the question?
Okay, that's great. So question number 2. Here we go.
Please, I can't see you.
So sorry.
Okay. So a delivery truck was bought for 90,000 Ghana cedi. It will be used for 9 years and have a scrap value of 9,000 cedis at the end of its useful life. Question: calculate the annual depreciation expense using the straight line method. So, since depreciation is total cost of assets less scrap value over total number of useful years, It will be 90,000 minus 9,000 divided by 9. And that's 9,000 Ghana cedi per year.
Okay. That's great. So cancel. Now we are going to move slowly. This is the formula.
Okay, so since this is the formula,
Great.
the total asset is 90,000 Ghana
Okay,
cedi.
90,000, right? $90,000. Is there any scrap
This
value?
9,000.
3,000.
9,000.
8.
9,000.
Oh, okay, 9,000. Your line was breaking. And then the
Sorry.
useful life.
9 years.
Oh, okay. So the final answer.
9,000 Ghana cedi.
Final answer is
Okay.
9,000.
Yes, please.
Okay, final answer is equal to 9,000 per year, right?
Yes, please.
All of you have done very, very well. So, for the purpose of today's discussion, this is what is called depreciation. Now, I must add something to it so that when we move forward, you appreciate it. Remember that this one basically becomes what is called expense. Are you getting it? Expense. It basically becomes expenditure because we have used it. Depreciation. The asset has depreciated. It has lost its value. So now, in exams question, please, now that we have understood depreciation, I think we can add up. In exams, they can ask you to determine the current value of the asset. Now, Madam Jacqueline, we bought the asset at the price of what?
90,000.
90,000. Excellent. And then the asset at the end of year one has depreciated in value by 9,000. What is the current value of the asset?
So 9,000 less the 90,000 will give us the current value of the asset.
Great. So when you do that, what are we going to get?
81,000. 81,000.
81,000.
Yes.
And that is excellent. So the value of the asset after charging the Ghana 9,000 depreciation in the first year. Is equal to 90,000 minus Ghana 9,000. And the final answer is
81,000.
going to be 81. Do you all agree what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madam Angie, are you getting
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Madam Gladys, are you getting it? Madam Gladys. Madam Gladys, you are becoming my concern. Are you here with us?
Yes, please, I'm here.
Okay. Madam Lenovo, are you
Yes,
getting it?
yes, boss.
Okay. So Lenovo, tell me the value of your asset after the charge of the depreciation, the first year depreciation. So in accounting, you say that what is the value of the asset after the first year of depreciation or after the first year?
Please, it's 81,000.
Yours. So yours is the one we did.
No. I thought you said this. I should mention this. Okay.
Yes, yours.
Mine
You
will
were
be
question of
21,000. Mine will be 21.
21,000. How did you do it?
So it's 24 minus the 3,000, the residual value. Oh no,
So you said, oh, 20.
no, please. Please, that is not the answer. So
Okay.
it will be my 24,000
Okay,
over
24,000.
my depreciation. That's a 3,500 per year.
So over.
Sorry, minus my 3,500.
Okay.
So I should get
3.
20. Yeah,
That will give us
3,500.
Ghana.
20,500.
Okay. 20,500. 2,500. Or this is what you mean, or 20,500.
20,500. 20.
Okay. Is that correct? Madam Angie, can you also tell us yours? Madam
Yes.
Angie. Yes, okay,
Yes.
that's great.
So for mine, the total cost for the equipment was 36,000.
The total cost of the
And
equipment, yes, is 36. That's great.
yes, and then the salvage value was 4,000.
Salvage, great.
Value
You see that
4,000.
the residual is now getting different names. Salvage, residual, scrap value. Sometimes even some of the grammar we don't understand, but in our mind, we know that this is what you, these are the things you are supposed to bring in depreciation question. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So sometimes even if they use some word you don't understand in your mind, you know that, okay, well, these are some of the things you have to bring in depreciation question. Then we go. So that's great. Salvage is 4,000. Yes.
Yes. So the current value of assets is the 36,000 minus the 4,000.
Okay. Remember, we said the salvage stands for the scrap value.
Okay.
But the salvage is not the depreciation value. The fact that they are the same doesn't mean that they are, the fact that the value is the same doesn't mean that they mean the same thing. No. Because let's go up. Here, the residual value is 3,000. Are you getting it?
Yes.
But the depreciation is what?
3,500.
3,500. So the
Yes.
salvage is different altogether from the depreciation. Your depreciation value is the 4,000 per year. Can you see it?
Yes. Please, what did I say? Because here I went in at 36 minus 4,000.
Yes, you said 36,000 minus 4,000. That is right. But you said the salvage value.
Okay. Okay. So it's
Are you getting
rather
the
than,
context?
yes, I
Okay,
do.
so you mean minus the depreciation value, right?
Yes, sorry.
That's great. So 36,000
Minus the 4,000.
minus the Ghana
4,000.
4,000. Okay. We give us the
So
total value of
yes. So the total value is 32,000
32,000.
Ghana cedis.
Ghana cedis. That's great. So I have left some of the questions in it for us to try it ourselves. Have I done justice to the topic? That's great. Now, because today is our first, let me consider it to be our first trial on the topic. Let me let it be, let me say, how should I put it? Let me let this one be the first, let me say, type 1 example. Because remember what I told you, that this is what happens when the examiner doesn't want to punish you. But if the examiner wants to punish you, want to set a standard question, then remember that the examiner will make sure to include other things, so that you will first have to calculate for the cost of the asset. Do you remember? Because before you calculate for depreciation, you need the cost of the asset. You cannot calculate for the depreciation without the cost of the asset. But the examiner will let the cost of the asset be hidden in such a way that you need to calculate for the cost of the asset before you can now come and use it. The question becomes, how can we do that? Remember the definition I gave you. You consider direct and relevant costs that are accidental or incidental to the bringing of the asset to its current and usable position. Those ones must be captured. So higher level, is that how we spell higher? Help me, women. Higher. So I will call this one type 2 questions, because we will have to also do type 3. So I'll call this one type 2 questions. To me, call this one type 2 questions, and I'll call this one type 1 questions. Please, is my line breaking? Or you can hear me? Can someone confirm for me?
Hear you, please.
I can hear you.
Okay. So let me call this one type 1 questions for some reason. For some reasons so special to me. So let me call this one type 1 question and go down. And the one we are going to discuss, let me change the layout to landscape. Oh, yes, it's supposed to be landscape. Then let me go to the one we are coming to solve. Let me title it type 2 question. So it is not done anywhere, but for the purpose of our discussion. So that next time when you're going forward and I ask you, which type does it fall under? You get to know, oh, type 1. Type 1 is whereby they have given you the cost. They have given you everything. And then you just put it in the formula. That is type 1. Type 2 is whereby they have given you everything with the exception of the cost. So you are supposed to get your own cost and use it. Are we getting a context? That is what, to me, that's my definition of the type 2. Now, let us consider some of these questions. I'll solve one with you, and then I believe that you'll be comfortable to try your hands on the rest. All right, let us look at type 2 question 1. Let me put in it. Sorry, let me increase the font size, which is 20. All of them. Great. Lenovo, can you help us read the question? Question 1.
Question 1. A company purchased machine for 70,000. The company paid 3,500 for transportation, 2,000 for installation, and 1,500 for testing the machine before it was put in use. The machine has an estimated useful life of 5 years and a residual value of 6,000.
Required.
Please go up. Calculate the annual depreciation using the straight line method.
Remember, I just decided, because we are now starting, so I decided to bring this one so to guide you, for you to know that you are supposed to determine the total cost before you calculate the annual depreciation. But in exams, in a rare exam situation, the examiner will not bring this. The examiner will say calculate the annual depreciation, because if the examiner brings determine the total cost, he has given you the hint. Are you getting the argument?
I didn't hear you. Your line breaks. I didn't hear you.
My line is breaking, eh?
Said in exams, not bring the determine. I didn't.
Cancer is from your end. Please, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm saying that I.
Cancer, can you come again?
I lost you when you said in exams they will
Elizabeth,
not bring something. Yes.
I think your end, I don't know if it's your network, but you're also dropping off at a point.
Oh, okay. I'm saying that I lost you when you said determine in exams something determine something.
I was saying that. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, respectfully. I was saying that now you see determine the total cost of the machine here. Can you see it?
Yes.
The one I've highlighted.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Determine the total cost of the machine. We are now starting, so I'm just guiding you through. That is why I have brought the determine the total cost of the machine. But in exams, you won't get that. It will be like this. Calculate the annual depreciation using a straight line method. Are you getting it? Because the secret of the question lies on determining the total cost. So if the examiner brings the determine the total cost, the examiner has already given you the hint. So the examiner is not supposed to bring this. Are you getting my argument?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please, are you all getting the argument?
Yes.
So when you go and you meet the question, which is one line like this, calculate the annual depreciation using the straight line method, then it is up to you to know that you have to first calculate what?
The cost of the item.
The cost of the item. The cost. First, before now, you use the cost to proceed with the depreciation. Yes. Now, I said it is type 1, sorry, type 2, because I didn't confuse you. The education I did, they said that teach from the known to the unknown. So under this one, I must tell you the secret that I didn't confuse you. Everything I put in the question is direct and relevant to the ascertainment of the cost. So we will include all of them. The reason being that, so this one alone, I gave you 10 questions. The reason being that the more you solve this, up to 10, you'll be familiar with some of the terms and the items that are direct and relevant to the ascertainment of the cost. Are you getting my argument? Please, are you getting my argument? So from question 1 to question 10, all the items that you see, all of them are very, 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 very important to the ascertainment of the cost. Type 3, I will mix them up with irrelevant stuffs. Then you yourself, you fish out what is relevant and what is not relevant. That will be type 3. But type 2, all of them are relevant. Because I want you to be familiar with some of them once you are solving it. When we go to question number 2. So under question number 1, these are some of the basic stuff that we saw in the calculation, in the calculation of the cost. So in the calculation of the cost, Madam, can you help us? The calculation of the cost. Total cost. No. Let's go to the question again. The machine was purchased. We said that
Was the machine, the company purchased the machine for 70,000.
Take your time. Let me first refer us to this so that we appreciate it. I'm trying to link it so that we get to know that whatever we are doing is consistent. Let's go back to what we have been doing. When we read the cost, do you remember this? I'm highlighting it with green. Green. Do you remember what we said under the terminologies? The cost of the asset. Cost of the asset is purchase price plus, this one is not minus, so it's equal to purchase price plus all costs necessary. So the purchase price, are we getting it? Purchase price. And it would have been manufactured cost if we are manufacturing company. So in the definition, we said that purchase or was manufactured and other incidental. So we will begin with the purchase price plus the rest. So I just wanted you to know the consistency in what we are doing. So the total cost is equal to the purchase price. Are we getting it? Madam Lizzie, plus what? Can we see transportation? Can we see?
Yes.
Transportation. Then installation. And then we have testing. Can we see that?
Yeah.
So in this case, the total cost is equal to what is the purchase price? Purchase price is what? 70,000. Oh, my people are not following me, oh.
Alex, please. I was going to say I couldn't see. So it's 70,000.
Okay.
I can't see the transport cost. So I don't know if that's the 35, but I see 35.
The company paid 3,500 for transportation. Can you see it?
No, okay, maybe it's my screen. No, I only see the 3,000. Okay, so it's 3,005 for transportation, then the 1,005.
No, then 2,000 for installation.
I can't see that. I only see the 1,005.
Why? It is not. Please.
No,
are you?
let me see. I'm using my phone, so I want to rotate and see.
Are you seeing it now?
A minute. Yes, I can see it now. Oh, yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, that's great. So
it's the 70,000
okay.
plus the 3,500
Uh-huh.
plus the 2,500.
Okay. Plus 2,000. Is it 2,000 or 2,500? 2,000 or
2,000 plus the
Plus
1,000.
1,500. So what is the total value?
15,000 is 5,000, 5,000, 7,000. So 77,000. Half of it.
Okay, 77,000.
Yes.
So that is the total cost of the assets. Do we all agree? Do we all agree? That's question number 8. Do we all agree? Then, it looks like, please, do you understand it up to this point?
I am speaking for myself, so yes, I do.
Madam Jacqueline. Jackie. Jacqueline. Okay. Lenovo.
Yes.
And some situations, they are.
Do you understand it up to this point?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So we can now mute ourselves. We are ending. Once we have gotten the total cost, I think we can now calculate our depreciation, right?
Yes, please.
Can calculate our depreciation. To be the total cost is equal to this, and then
77,000.
so 77,000. That's good.
Oh.
77,000. Okay. You said 77,000, right?
Yeah.
77,000 minus the scrap value. The scrap value is 6,000. Are you getting the residual value?
Yeah, it's 6,000.
6,000. So minus 6,000 over the useful life. Is it 6 years? I guess so. No, 5 years.
Oh, 5 years.
Okay, over 5 years. Please help us with the answer.
A minute.
Okay.
14,200. I don't know if I'm right.
Can someone confirm for us?
I'm coming. A minute. 6,000. Yeah, I also had 14,200.
14,200
200.
200 per year, and that is an
Yes.
expense. So this is where we are going to end our discussion today. Get time and use the remaining examples as a guide or use them for practice. And I believe you'll be fine. My door will forever be open.
So
If
I'm
you
going to
need-
share this particular questions so that we give it a shot.
You want it, right? Yes, please.
Thank you.
Forgive me. Let me put my destiny on because that is my sake for every document that goes out of my hand. All right. So I think we can end it here. Thank you so much for your time, for your commitment. We have had a very wonderful time together. And I've really enjoyed all the lessons today. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
All right.
Thank you. God bless you.
And bless you the more.